Welcome to Next Level Warrior. My name is John, your self-development coach, and this channel is all about providing you with the knowledge and tools to help you build your warrior within to become your next level self. If you want to move forward on any aspect of living a happy, fulfilling life, we need to have a mechanism to generate motivation to move us forward. This is something that, like most people, I never personally understood in my past, so I was a victim to it. This created an atmosphere in my life where I was seeking distractions and experiences to occupy my mind away from the emptiness and meaningful future I didn't have. The future I wasn't creating. Does this sound familiar? Then let me know in the comments by typing truth. These are the patterns that absolutely destroy your confidence. It destroys hope, imagination, and reduces the level of meaning our life has, leading to depression, anxiety, and a lack of happiness in life. So by the end of this video, you'll have a great understanding of the 3 fundamentals of motivation, how to create the necessary change to build up a more consistent stream of motivation in your life. And you should be able to connect the dots by looking back to your past life experiences when you were stuck. So let's get started. Increasing your motivation is an interesting process, which, while it can be done in one-off instances, such as when you get a big insight or set a new goal for yourself, relying on this is far from effective, as it's just one piece of the puzzle that will never really last. It'll never sustain. It's what I like to call a motivation wave. One that, like all waves in the ocean, they will eventually come crashing down. And while it's natural to have fluctuating levels of motivation, if you want to really build solid and increasing motivation, you need to have the foundational structure for this constant. New Year's resolutions are the perfect example. There is a desire and a reason a person has for the outcome or the goal they want, but they lack the support, they lack the mechanism to fulfill the continued motivation towards seeing it through until the end, whatever that end is in their specific goal being achieved. Now here's the juicy part. These are the 3 fundamentals of motivation which come from the expectancy theory in psychology. According to the expectancy theory, there are 3 requirements to being motivated. Number 1, you need a real desire for the goal. You have to actually want the outcome in question. Number 2, you need some level of capability or competence towards achieving it, having some level of knowledge or skill to actually get there. And the third is belief that you can achieve it. You have to believe you can do whatever is involved in achieving that goal. Now let's dive deeper in here to give you some more context so the gears really start turning in your head. In the first one, you need to believe that achieving the goal is important to you, that it's meaningful and exciting. If you've ever heard of how important it is to have a powerful why for a goal, this is exactly it. And it's illustrated beautifully by the famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, where he said, when a man's why is strong enough, he can bear almost any how. So once you have the goal in place, once you've decided what it is, you need to really clarify why you want it. You have to have your reasons. Your reasons are your why. And the more reasons you have, the more you clarify how important it is to you, the more motivated that you'll be towards achieving it. Now, in the second rule, having a level of capability towards achieving it is exactly that. But the emphasis here is some level of capability, some knowledge, some skill. Capability doesn't have to be high. Remember, no one starts off as a pro in anything. We've got to learn and progress. Now, without any level of capability, it's still possible, but your level of motivation won't be as stable without this fundamental. The beauty here, though, is that our level of capability always goes up as we pursue our goals. Now, the third and final foundation of powerful motivation is the belief that you can actually achieve it. Without any level of belief, there's limited motivation. Our inner critic flat out says,
"Why are you wasting your time with that?"
And the feeling of what's the point in even trying overshadows the motivation. This third principle is something that you cannot be passive about. It needs your attention and action in order to build this foundation of your motivation. Now, coming back to the New Year's resolution example, most people never implement a system of breaking their goals down into quarterly, monthly, and weekly plans. What you want to do is actually follow up with your goals. Check in on them, revise them, and chunk them down into small daily and weekly goals you can achieve, which turn into consistent wins that further build your capability and self-confidence. This leads to an increased belief that you can achieve your goals, which levels up your motivation further. This is the part that requires clear strategies and plans in order to maintain the motivation on the journey towards your goal. For this, you need to review your process and ask yourself questions in order to clarify what the 1% of actions are that you can do day by day, week over week, that actually move you forward. This is what will build your confidence further because you are reviewing and measuring the progress you're making, the tangible results of your intentions and physical actions. Your confidence is your belief in your abilities, so this will directly fuel your motivation as your skills and knowledge increase over time. So do you have these 3 foundations in place? A strong desire with compelling reasons for your goals, some level of capability to start moving towards it, clear and specific plans to fuel your belief in the possibility of reaching it? I mean, if you made it this far in the video, then clearly you're serious. You've got a desire to create improvement in your life, and one of the greatest ways to implement these motivational foundations is with your action. It's time to get clearer than ever and build your confidence higher than it's ever been before. And my biggest suggestion for this is through using a journal. And while you may be asking how you would begin to use a journal in this way, what's more important is this simple and personal 2-page spread you can create only once at the beginning of your journal to prime your mindset for this, to prime yourself into greater levels of motivation. And that's exactly what you need to see on the next video here on the journey towards becoming your next level self. This is one of the greatest tools that I use with my clients, not only to build their motivation and confidence, but to put you into a peak state every morning. So make sure to check it out. Hit the like button if this video helped you out. Make sure to share it with someone you care about, and never stop growing, warriors.